Who was Diego Maradona, and why is he considered one of the greatest footballers of all time? Born on October 30th, 1960 in Lanús, Buenos Aires, Argentina, Maradona's legend began in a humble place. His early years were spent in the poor neighborhood of Villa Fiorito, where the harsh realities of life were a daily challenge. But amidst the struggle, a beacon of hope emerged in the form of a football. From a young age, Maradona displayed an uncanny talent for the sport. The dusty streets and makeshift football pitches of Villa Fiorito became his training ground, his playground, his sanctuary. It was here that he began to hone the skills that would later astound the world. His extraordinary ability with the football caught the attention of everyone who saw him play, marking him out as something special. Even then, from these humble beginnings, a star was about to rise. At a young age, Maradona's football talent was evident. He began playing for Los Cebolitas, a local youth squad, before making his professional debut for Argentinos juniors at just 15. In the heart of Argentina, a star was being formed on the dusty fields of Villa Fiorito. Barefoot and with boundless energy, a young Diego Maradona would chase the ball with a passion that was beyond his years. This love for the game led him to Los Cebolitas, a local youth club that became his first stepping stone into the world of professional football. Los Cebolitas was more than just a football team. It was a haven for young boys like Maradona, who dreamed of one day playing on the world stage. Here, Maradona honed his skills, his dribbling becoming more precise, his strikes more powerful, and his vision on the field unparalleled. His talent was not just a beacon, but a roaring fire impossible to ignore. Then came the day that would change his life forever. At the tender age of 15, Maradona made his professional debut for Argentinos juniors. The young prodigy, with his unruly hair and untamed talent, stepped onto the pitch, and the rest, as they say, is history. He played with a ferocity and skill that belied his age, weaving through defenders and scoring goals with a finesse that left spectators in awe. His time at Argentinos juniors was transformative. It was here that Maradona not only developed his signature style, but also began to understand the power and influence he could wield on the field. He became known for his exceptional ball control, his incredible speed, and his ability to read the game like no other. Maradona's performances were not just impressive, they were mesmerizing. He played not just with his feet, but with his heart, pouring his soul into every game. And with each match, he etched his name deeper into the annals of football history. His skill was undeniable, and it wasn't long before he was noticed on an international level. His star was on the rise, and the world of football would never be the same again. Maradona made his debut for the Argentine national team in 1977, quickly becoming a star. This was not just a mere induction of a player into a team, it was the birth of a national icon. Even at the tender age of 17, Maradona was already showing signs of the brilliance that would later define his career. His exceptional ball control, vision on the field, and ability to create scoring opportunities out of thin air were nothing short of mesmerizing. Maradona's international career was a journey punctuated by spectacular highs and heartbreaking lows. He represented Argentina in 4 World Cup tournaments, each one a testament to his enduring skill and unyielding spirit. His first World Cup outing came in 1982 in Spain. While this tournament didn't go as planned for Argentina, it served as a valuable learning experience for the young Maradona. The 1986 World Cup in Mexico, however, was a different story altogether. Here, Maradona would etch his name into football's history books, but more on that later. 4 years later, in Italy, despite carrying an injury, Maradona's resilience shone through as he led his team to the final. In 1994, his last World Cup appearance in the United States was marred by controversy, but that in no way diminishes the impact he had on the international stage. Throughout his international career, Maradona carried the hopes and dreams of an entire nation on his shoulders. He was more than just a football player. He was a symbol of national pride, a beacon of hope in challenging times, and a source of unending joy for millions of football fans around the world. His performances on the national stage were a clear demonstration of his love for the game and his country. He played with a fiery passion and an unrivaled determination that inspired his teammates and awed his opponents. His skills on the pitch were a joy to behold and a nightmare to defend against. But it was the 1986 World Cup that would truly cement Maradona's legacy. This tournament was the stage on which Maradona proved beyond a shadow of doubt that he was one of the greatest football players the world had ever seen. The 1986 World Cup in Mexico was Maradona's defining moment. As the world watched with bated breath, he took center stage, demonstrating a level of skill and audacity that transcended the norms of the beautiful game. This tournament would be the one to cement Maradona's place among the pantheon of football greats. Let's turn our attention to the quarter-final against England, a match that is etched in the annals of football history for two remarkable goals that have echoed through time. Maradona's first goal of the match, famously known as the Hand of God, was a moment of controversy and cunning. It was a goal that showcased Maradona's audacious spirit as he punched the ball into the net, deceiving the referee and the entire English team. Yet, it was his second goal of the match that truly encapsulated the genius of Maradona, a goal that would later be crowned as the goal of the century. Maradona received the ball in his own half and proceeded to embark on a mesmerizing run, dancing past 5 English players with an ease that can only be described as otherworldly. He finished his solo run with a cool finish, leaving spectators and players alike in awe of his brilliance. This was Maradona at his finest, a player who could single-handedly turn the tide of a game, a player who played with passion, flair, and an unquenchable desire to win. His performances in the 1986 World Cup were nothing short of legendary, each game a testament to his skill and dominance. He led Argentina to the finals against West Germany with a performance that was both majestic and commanding. And when the final whistle blew, it was Argentina who emerged victorious, with Maradona at the helm, his performances throughout the tournament etching his name in gold. Maradona's 1986 World Cup was a masterclass in football, a showcase of a player at the peak of his powers. With this, Maradona had led Argentina to victory and etched his name in football history. Beyond the World Cup, Maradona had a successful club career, playing for several top clubs in Europe. His club journey was as mesmerizing as his international exploits, strutting his magic across the football pitches of Europe. Let's start with his time at FC Barcelona. Maradona joined the Spanish Giants in the summer of 1982, following a record-breaking transfer fee at the time. During his 2-year tenure with the Catalonian side, Maradona showcased his remarkable skills and flair, leaving fans and opponents alike in awe. His dazzling dribbles, pinpoint passes, and spectacular goals made him a crowd favorite. However, it was at Napoli where Maradona truly left his indelible mark. The Argentine maestro joined the Italian club in 1984 and quickly became the catalyst for one of the most successful periods in Napoli's history. His arrival sparked a transformation in the club's fortunes. Under his leadership, Napoli clinched their first ever Serie A title in the 1986-87 season, a feat they repeated 3 years later. Maradona's influence extended beyond the Serie A titles. In 1987, Napoli won the Coppa Italia, and a couple of years later they lifted the UEFA Cup, a testament to Maradona's impact on the field. His influence was so profound that Napoli retired his number 10 jersey, a rare honor in football. But Maradona's legacy is not just about the trophies he won or the goals he scored. It's about the way he played the game, the joy he brought to millions, and the inspiration he provided to countless aspiring footballers. He was a genius with the ball, a player who could create magic out of nothing, a footballer who played with passion and wore his heart on his sleeve. Despite his passing in 2020, Maradona's legacy lives on, his name synonymous with the beautiful game. His exploits on the field, his larger-than-life persona off it, and his unwavering love for football have forever etched his name in the annals of the sport. He was, and always will be, one of the greatest to have ever played the beautiful game. Have you ever wondered how Diego Maradona became one of the greatest footballers of all time? Let's travel back to the early years of Maradona's life, to the humble beginnings that would lay the foundation for a legendary career. Born in 1960 in the Villa Fiorito, a shantytown on the outskirts of Buenos Aires, Argentina, Diego Armando Maradona was the 5th of 8 children. His early life was marked by poverty, but it was also here that he first fell in love with the beautiful game. As a young boy, Maradona was introduced to football by his father, who was a factory worker and a keen amateur player himself. With a raw passion and an innate talent, Maradona quickly made a name for himself in the local leagues, dazzling spectators with his skill and flair. At the tender age of 10, he joined Los Cebolitas, a junior team for Argentinos Juniors, one of the biggest clubs in Argentina. It was here that Maradona honed his skills, developing a unique style that combined agility, creativity, and an uncanny ability to control the ball. His performances were so impressive that he made his professional debut for Argentinos Juniors just before his 16th birthday, becoming the youngest player in the history of Argentine Primera Division. But it was his transfer to Boca Juniors in 1981 that truly marked the beginning of Maradona's rise to stardom. In his first season with the club, he led Boca Juniors to the Argentine Primera Division Championship, showcasing his extraordinary talent on a bigger stage and catching the eye of the world's top clubs. Even as a young player, Maradona was making waves in the world of football, but the best was yet to come. Maradona's career took a meteoric rise when he moved to Europe. So let's delve into this exciting chapter of his life. In 1982, he was signed by Barcelona for a then record fee. During his tenure with the Spanish club, Maradona exhibited his brilliance on the field with dazzling dribbles and spectacular goals. He won the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Super Cup, leaving an indelible mark on the club and its fans. However, his stint with Barcelona was short-lived and filled with ups and downs. In 1984, he made a switch to Napoli in Italy's Serie A. This move turned out to be a defining moment in his career and for Napoli. He was instrumental in the club's rise from a relatively obscure team to a powerhouse in Italian football. Under Maradona's leadership, Napoli clinched their first ever Serie A title in the 1986-87 season, a feat they repeated in the 1989-90 season. Maradona's time in Europe was not just about club football. The 1986 World Cup in Mexico was a testament to his extraordinary talent. His performances were nothing short of magical, with the hand of God and the goal of the century against England in the quarterfinals becoming part of football folklore. Leading Argentina to victory in that World Cup, Maradona cemented his place among the sporting greats. Despite the controversies that would later mar his career, Maradona's time in Europe was a golden period that showcased his exceptional skills and his ability to change the course of a game single-handedly. He rose above the rest with his sheer talent and his love for the game, bringing joy to millions of fans worldwide. Maradona's time in Europe solidified his status as one of the greatest players in football history. His performances on the field, his influence on his teams, and his unforgettable moments of magic continue to inspire generations of footballers and fans alike. As we move on to the next chapter of his life, let's remember the golden years of Diego Maradona, a true titan of the beautiful game. But Maradona's career wasn't without its share of controversies. Maradona was a man who lived life on the edge, both on and off the pitch. His genius with the football was frequently overshadowed by his struggles off the field. This charismatic and complex figure was often in the spotlight not just for his football prowess, but also for his battles with substance abuse, which ultimately took a toll on his health and career. In the mid-80s, Maradona's drug addiction became public knowledge. This was a time when he was at the peak of his professional career, playing for Napoli, one of Italy's top football clubs. His addiction to cocaine was well known, and he was often seen partying till the wee hours of the morning, a lifestyle that eventually led to his downfall. Maradona's personal issues were also a source of controversy. His tumultuous relationships, the paternity suits, and his outspoken nature often landed him in trouble. He was a man who wore his heart on his sleeve, and his passion often translated into actions that courted controversy. But perhaps the most infamous controversy of Maradona's career was the Hand of God incident in the 1986 World Cup quarter-final match against England. Maradona punched the ball into the net with his hand, a clear violation of the rules. The referee missed the infringement and the goal stood, helping Argentina progress to the next round and eventually win the tournament. This incident continues to be one of the most debated moments in football history. Yet amid these controversies, Maradona's talent on the football field was undeniable. His dribbling skills, his vision, and his ability to control the game were unrivaled. He was a magician with the football, and his performances on the pitch often overshadowed the controversies that surrounded him off it. Despite the controversies, Maradona's talent and love for the game were undeniable. His life was a roller coaster ride marked by spectacular highs and devastating lows. But one thing remained constant: his passion for football. Maradona's later career and retirement saw him take on different roles in football. As the sun began to set on the playing days of this football maestro, Diego Maradona, he hung up his boots in the year 1997. The curtains fell on his professional football career at the very place where it all started, Boca Juniors. But as they say, you can take a man out of football, but you can't take football out of a man. Maradona was no exception to this. After bidding adieu to his playing career, Maradona found himself drawn back to the pitch, albeit in a different capacity. He ventured into football management, a role that allowed him to channel his deep understanding of the game and passion for the sport in a new direction. One of his most notable management roles was at the helm of the Argentine national team. From 2008 to 2010, he took on the challenging task of leading his country's team. And while his tenure as head coach was brief, it was certainly significant. It was during this time that Maradona once again left his mark on the football world, this time from the sidelines. Despite his numerous personal issues and battles with addiction, Maradona's love for football remained constant. His later career and retirement years were a testament to his enduring passion for the sport. His journey from a player to a manager demonstrated his multifaceted relationship with football, a relationship that was marked by both triumphs and tribulations. As we look back on Maradona's later career and retirement, we see a man who was more than just a footballer. He was a figure who, despite his many flaws, continued to contribute to the sport he loved so much even after his playing days were over. Even in retirement, Maradona's passion for football was evident. His legacy in the sport continues to inspire and influence generations of footballers and fans alike. And while his life was filled with controversy and struggle, his love for football remained a constant, shining beacon throughout. Diego Maradona left an indelible mark on the world of football. His name is etched in the annals of sports history, not just for his unparalleled skills on the pitch, but also for his profound impact on the game and popular culture. A maverick, a genius, a rebel, and a world-class athlete, Maradona's legacy extends far beyond his native Argentina. He is a global icon, a symbol of the beautiful game's power to inspire, unite, and ignite passions. The world watched in awe as he weaved magic with his feet, his audacious style of play, and his larger-than-life persona off the field. His influence transcends football, permeating popular culture. His life story, marked by triumphs and trials, has inspired countless films, songs, and works of art. His infamous Hand of God goal in the 1986 World Cup, though controversial, has become a part of football folklore, embodying the maverick spirit that Maradona personified. Often compared to the legendary Pele, Maradona is widely considered one of the greatest footballers of all time. His genius with the ball, his ability to change the course of a game single-handedly, and his relentless pursuit of victory have left an indelible imprint on the canvas of football history. Yet his journey was not without its share of heartache. On November 25, 2020, the world of football was plunged into mourning. Diego Maradona, the man who had enthralled millions with his footballing prowess, passed away at the age of 60 due to a heart attack at his home in Tigre, Buenos Aires, Argentina. A global outpouring of grief followed, a testament to his enduring popularity and the profound impact he had on the game. Diego Maradona's life and career were a testament to his extraordinary talent and his enduring love for football. His legacy continues to inspire new generations of footballers around the world.